Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we are keeping it rolling on that Boker Plus train, I gotta tell you guys. And I'm not even gonna mess around. Dude, I am freaking digging this knife. I really am. The ergonomics on this knife are fantastic. But this is the Boker Plus Yukon. And yes, I have gotten a few more of these Bokers in. And look at that, how it kind of swells out there in the center. Holy cow, man. It feels so good in hand. As you can tell, this is going to be a lockback. We'll zoom out just a little bit so we can get a little bit better look. But G10 handle, no pocket clip. As you can see on this, no pocket clip. The G10 does have a pretty decent grip to it, for sure. Now, again, we're going to be talking 440 steel, cut test, pinned down below in the comments. Go check that out if you'd like to see what it did. But they've got it listed as a thumb opener. Okay. Now, as you can see, that thumb hole is buried kind of deep in there. I can definitely thumb open it. It's a little bit easier just to pinch and open. Locks in nice and solid. There's no rock, no nothing like that. But then there's just the whole design of this knife. I love this blade. You've got a nice swedge. Like I said, 440 again on this one. Let's see, where is it? Right there, 440C. There you go, satin finished, flat ground. But I love the look of that blade. Now, they're calling it a sheep's foot. What do you call it? To me, that looks like a drop point blade. But, as we know, companies are calling blades whatever the heck they want to call them now. But, let me know down in the comments. What is that? What do you call it? Do you call it a sheep's foot? Do you call it a drop point? I fall in the drop point category. But, overall, this design, the overall fit and finish is done very, very well. Even, in here, I kind of, it's not sharp. It's not anything like that. It's been finished off very, very nicely. Nice and rounded. And, yeah, just the whole look of this knife, I am definitely digging. But, our spec check. So, overall, not quite 8 inches. We're looking at roughly about 7 3/4, maybe just a hair more. You're looking at a handle of about 4 1/4, which was going to give us at about a 3.5-ish inch blade. Cutting edge is going to be just shy of 3.5, more like 3 3/8. And then, your grip length, point to point, you're looking at nearly 4 inches. If I get a grip on it, oh man, I tell you what, guys, I am in love with this knife in hand. The ergonomics on this knife are absolutely fantastic. And you're probably going to hear me say that a couple more times. But size comparisons real quick. There you go. Definitely going to be a little bit bigger than the bug out. But let's go make sure we're pivot to pivot there. It's got it by a good 1/4 inch on the blade and roughly about a 1/4 inch on the handle. We want to leave that one out there because since that one is the one we're talking about, the Yukon, we'll get the old PM2 out there, go pivot to pivot, and we kind of got ourselves a Yukon sandwich. The PM2 is about a 1/4 inch larger on both ends, roughly. Pretty close. Pretty darn close. Get a weight on it. Close it up here. And we are going to start in ounces. 3 ounces is not a bad weight for that knife. 84 grams. Now, if we can take a look on the inside, we need the light. We need the flashlight. Let me make sure I grab one that works. I need to charge my lights. There we go. All right, we can look in there. Now, you can see that it's pretty much just G10. You don't have a whole lot of liner going on in there. It's pretty much G10 all the way back, maybe half, half liner to where basically where the lock is, you can tell right there. There's a little bit, looks like we got those hollowed out spaces there. Now it's just hollowed out G10. It's just kind of dusty in there. So really not a lot of liner going on there, like I said, except for where it kind of goes back to that back lock there. So it's light. It's very light. But, okay, no pocket. I mean, you can pocket drop it. However you want to look at it, let's look at it in the pocket. I mean, it's a pocket dropper. Or, it's one of my favorite things over here. One of my new favorite. It's going to be really nice for this. Yeah. Yeah. Now, and for those of you that don't know, this is the Olight new O-Knife O-Sheath S1. And perfect. Perfect for a knife like this. Absolutely. Now, it goes a little bit deep in that one. Some might not want to go push it too far down. Let's see this. Does it fit in the other side? No, it doesn't fit in the other side. But I think it's snug enough in this one. Yeah, it is. To where you could just, so where you could still grab it and pull it out. I know. Guys, go check out my review on that O-Sheath. It's very, very nice. So, this knife, perfect for something like that, or pocket drop, however you like to do it. Not going to tell you how to carry your knife. That's up to you. But, so, overall, fit and finish is on point. Now, if you don't like a knife that doesn't have full liners, but I mean, that's some pretty thick G10 for the most part. Like I said, you've got a couple hollowed out spots there, but I mean, that's thick G10. But I'm just going to go to Ergos because that's what is just drawing me to this knife. See how it swells out and it just fills my hand. Now, could that just be my hand size? Absolutely. A little bit larger hand, a little bit smaller hand, it might not feel as good. But, for I have Marge hands. We decided the other night I have Marge hands. I am right on the line between medium and large. And this is a dream. Holy cow, this feels so good in my hand. Just the way that alone pretty much sold me on this knife. And we've got jimping up here on the blade. My thumb falls on that jimping perfectly, and it's done very, very well. Come on, focus in. There you go. It's that narrow, it's fairly aggressive jimping, but not painful. But it absolutely does the job it is meant to do. It is not for decoration. It's to hold me in place. And yeah, this Boker journey has been a lot of fun. And I am discovering some really, really fantastic knives. If you've never really been into Boker, haven't discovered Boker Plus, I've kind of been sticking to Boker Plus because they're in that range. Like I said, I'm trying to stay below the $60 range. I'm trying to stay in that little bit more budget-friendly area. I know, $60 is not. This one's coming in at $56, by the way. So we're in that. we're under the $60 range, barely, but we're there. And I know for some people, knives like that aren't necessarily budget-friendly. But that's why I'm trying to stay with this. And I am discovering some fantastic, fantastic knives from Boker. Absolutely. And the Yukon, how many have I had so far? Probably close to 10, I would say. And this one rockets to the top of probably my favorite that I've seen so far. This is just really, really nice, guys. So, there'll be a link down below. Please feel free to go check it out. Go check out the cut test of it as well. And thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the Boker Plus Yukon with me. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I will talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.